partial sum has an index, starting point, and stopping point other than the summation symbol and the x. So the correct way to read the first one is summation of xi, I goes from 1 to n. The second one is the summation of xi, I goes from 0 to n. What's the difference between 1 and 0? So I equals to 1 means the first term starts at x1. I equals to 0 means the first term start at I equals to 0. So take a look. From I to n, so we have x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 plus x5 all the way to xn. And then when n is equals to 0, we start at x0, x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, and all the way to xn. So let's practice a few partial sums. So the first one is the summation of xi, I goes from 1 to 8. So here is how we do it. So summation, I goes from 1 to 8, xi. So this one is x1 plus x2, and then all the way to x8. So there is no, numbers to add, just write it out. And then x3, x4, x5, x6, and then x7, and then x8. Just write this out. And then number 2, I goes from 5 to 8. All right. So this is summation. I goes from 5 to 8, and then xi minus 2. So we start at 5. The first term is x5 minus 2 plus x6 minus 2, and then plus x7 minus 2, and then plus x8 minus 2. That's it. And then the next one is in yellow. That is 3 times I squared. I goes from 1 to 4. All right. So this is summation. I goes from 1 to 4. And then 3, and then I square. So I equals to 1. So that will be 3 times y1 square. And then I equals to 2, y2 square. And then I equals to 3, y3 square, and then I equals to 4, y4 square. So the 3 has no index, so 3 is always equals to 3. Okay, and then the one in red, we have 2 summation, one for x, one for y. The x is from 2 to 6, the y is from 4 to 9. So this one you sum first and then you multiply. So in red, we have the summation. I goes from 2 to 6, and then xi, and then multiply. I goes from 4 to 9, and then yi. So this one we have 1 for x and then 1 for y, right? So you have to prepare 2 big parentheses, 1 for x and then 1 for y, and then we multiply them. For x is from 2 to 6, so we have x2, x3, x4, x5, and then x6. The y is from 4 to 9, so that is y4, y5, y6, y7, y8, and then y9. Okay, and then the last one is the sum of products. I goes from 7 to 11. So this is summation. I goes from 7 to 11, and then xi, yi. So this is x7, y7, plus x8, y8, plus x9, y9, plus x10, y10, and then we stop at 11, x11, y11. Okay, and then this one, there is nothing is difficult. Just make sure you know where to start and where to end. So let's say, let me give you just one more. So let's say we have, let me make up another one. Let's say summation, I goes from 4 to 10, and then what do you want for the x? How about xi divided by yi? How's that? So this will be x4 divided by y4 plus x5 divided by y5 plus x6 divided by y6 plus x7 divided by y7, and then plus x8 divided by y8 plus x9 divided by y9, and then plus x10 divided by y10. Here, okay. So here, let me just copy this really quick. I'm going to copy this, and then let's make some modification. So let's say I want to take the square root of the whole thing. So how do you change the other side? That means you have to take a square root for every one of them, right? Okay, so that is the first what if. Let's do one more. All right, let's paste this right over here. Okay, what if I want to put a square root right here for the entire sum? For the entire sum means you add first and then you take the square root, so you have many fractions, right? You have to add all the fractions up and then you take a big square root at the end. So after you add up all these fractions, you get one sum, and then you take the square root of that sum. And then let's do one more, last one, I promise. So let's say I put a square root like right here. Just right here, just for the x. That means you have to take the square root of every single x. So you square root x first, and then you divide it by y. So square root x first, and then you divide it by y, you get a quotient, right? And then the sum means you have to add up all the quotients. All right, that is the end of this video. If you think my instruction is helpful and clear, give me a like, share the video for me, write me a comment if you want to. If you are on your way out, click the subscribe. See you all in the next one. Signing off for now.